What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and this is the Pro Audio Release Roundup for January 2024. Now, if this is your first time here, this is a series that I do where I go over all the new products that I feel are significant that was released in the month. And with this being January, of course, we're going to talk about NAMM. To keep this as short as I can, I'm going to go over 10 of the coolest products that I've seen at NAMM. But definitely, if there's any that I missed, feel free to comment and let me know what products that came out this month that you're excited about. All right, so we're going to get right into this. I will say that NAMM was the best NAMM show that I've been to in years. Since COVID, I'd say definitely. I think last year, with it being in April, it was kind of weird, which made it smaller, but definitely bigger this year, being back on its regularly schedule in January than it was last year in April. But all right, first product we're going to talk about, which is pretty much the first thing I saw when I walked into NAMM, was the Barefoot Footprint 03s. These are, of course, three-way monitors from Barefoot, but these are smaller than the Footprint 02s, and these are coming in at $2,000. A price point that I did not expect from Barefoot. I thought these were going to be maybe 2,500. I think the Footprint 03s are maybe 3,300 now. I think when I got mine, they were like right at 3,000. I think they got a couple $100 increase since then. But really incredible for them to come out with these monitors at this price point. Definitely excited about those. All right, next product is the West Audio NG Tube EQ. This is a passive tube EQ. Of course, it's recallable, being West Audio having the NG in the model name. But what blew me away about this is not only the product itself. I didn't get to hear it, but just what it is. Also, the price. This is $6,000. I didn't find that out until I got back home and had looked it up. Did not realize this was $6,000. West Audio typically fairly prices stuff to me. I would have expected this to be maybe 3,500 or 3,000. I couldn't believe it was 6,000. I mean, that's. I guess they're going over the massive passive crowd, because the massive passive starts at, I think, 7,000. But I couldn't believe this was 6,000. Next we got is the Elysia ChanX Studio. This is a mic pre, no, channel strip. This is a channel strip from Elysia that's plug-in controllable as well. Kind of see we got a theme going here. It's plug-in controllable, which is the first product that Elysia has made that will be controllable by plug-in. They did not have a price for it. Knowing Elysia, I'm going to say this might be 4,000. It's either going to be 4,000 or maybe like 2,500. They can fairly price stuff as well, but some of their stuff we've seen, like their big boy mastering compressors and EQs, are pretty expensive. I think this is going to be on the upper end of the price range. I think this is going to be like 3,500 in my opinion. But like I said, it's a full channel strip. It also has some monitoring controls as well, which is pretty cool. You have a separate monitoring pass for the engineer and the artist. Never really thought about having that on a channel strip, but you got it here. All right, next product is GC Audio Inherent. Now this is really cool. So this is a mic pre that has hot swappable cartridges. They're almost like VCR cartridges that you can put in, and each of them have their own flavor. You have a SSL style one, a Neve style one. I didn't see one, but I'm sure there's we'll call it an American style one. There's tube ones, a lot of different cartridges that you can insert, and it easily and quickly changes the tone of your preamp. It's almost like having hot swappable 500 series in a way, except for this is just for preamp colors, not compressor, EQ, and all that. Speaking of which, they did have a 500 series compressor and one more thing. I took a picture of it. It might be an EQ. I know compressor for sure. But the mic pre is really interesting. The box itself is 1,200, and then the cartridges range from 300 to 1,200. Of course, your transformerless, transparent ones are going to be more on the more affordable side, and then as you add tubes and transformers and all that, you can get into ones that are up to like 1,200 itself. All right, Heritage Audio i73. I talked about this in a previous video, but they're there's three of them in this lineup. The i73, we've got a one-channel one, a two-channel, and then another two channel as far as two mic pre-channels. That's expandable by ADAT. But the big thing here is you've got Neve preamps. These are Heritage Audio Neve style preamps, 73 style preamps in a audio interface. Now, I believe I saw something saying that they were the first to do it, but I recall, I think it's AMS Neve came out with one a couple years ago as well. But with this one, with this Heritage Audio one, it has DSP in it. So you have the Brit strip, you have some amps, I think you have a tape machine, and of course there's going to be more coming later. So we now have something that's going to really go up against that Apollo. And this is also going to get me talking about my thoughts on the Apollo. We'll get into that in a totally separate video. But I think the one channel starts at 649, and I think it goes up to like 12 or 1400 for the one that has ADAT expandability. But 73 style preamps, DSP, this is a really nice combination. It's coming in at a good price, as Heritage Audio normally does fairly price their stuff. All right, OEK Sound is coming out with a new plugin called Bloom. Now, this is what they're calling an adaptive tone shaper. So we all know Soothe, we're all familiar with Soothe, where it's going to help remove some unwanted frequencies from your signal. This tone shaper, Bloom, is going to remove frequencies, but it's also going to add frequencies as well and just look to really balance it. The demo they were showing was something recorded with a, I think it was an SM7 or SM57 or something like that. And yeah, Bloom did a great job of removing some of the muddiness. It added some air and just really almost like an adaptive EQ, even though they're not really calling it that. It definitely has that feel to it, but pretty cool product, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much that's going to be as well as when it's going to be released. SSL 360 Link is now allowing you to control third-party plugins inside of their platform. This is really cool. They were showing this off with the Waves, what is it called? The Waves EV2 SSL channel strip, also the Waves CLA Mix Hub, the OG Waves E channel and G channel, as well as the UA SSL channel strip, as well as just any third-party plugins you can now map to the SSL. I think it's a UC1 is the name of the controller, and this is going to be free as far as I understand. This is going to be coming out in a couple months from what I know, and it's just going to be a free update that everyone that has that controller will be able to take advantage of. The SSL, the third-party SSL plugins will be pre-mapped, but then other third-party plugins, let's say a Neve 1073 style EQ, you can map that yourself. All right, Craneborn HEQ. So we remember the Carnaby 500 series EQ from last year. They now have a surprise plug-in controllable EQ. It's now plug-in controllable. It's pretty much the same thing as the 500 series version, just in a 2-channel rack mount that also features mid-side, and I think I'm missing one other key feature off the top of my head. But like I said, we've really got a theme this year of plug-in controllable hardware, and Craneborn is jumping into that. They're jumping into that as well. All right, from Monheim mics. They didn't have this mic available, but they had a picture of it. I'm going to put it up here, and this is the Fresh. The mic is called Fresh. It's going to be a condenser mic, cardioid only, $4.99, and it's going to be the most affordable mic that Monheim makes. It's going to come in different colors, and definitely looking forward to checking that out. All right, last one we have here is one that I didn't see. I saw a YouTube video of it after I left, which is annoying to me when I walk by booths. This is the Phoenix Audio Ascent 500 mic pre. I walked by the Phoenix Audio booth like 3 or 4 times, and I did not see it. I really didn't pay attention because I glanced over there and I just didn't see anything new. But yep, they had something new. I really love my Phoenix Ascent EQ channel strip, and now they have that in the 500 series. Not the full EQ that the channel strip has, but the Ascent 500 is it's the same Phoenix Audio mic pre, but then we also have a 1-knob EQ that does, I think it's like 10K, 15K, and the sheen, which is mostly what I use most of the time anyway when I'm using that channel strip, if I decide to add a touch of EQ on it. But, that Phoenix Audio preamp is something I bought, a few years ago, and I don't know, I really didn't use it after I bought it. I can't remember why. Oh, I think I had COVID and was out of the studio for a few months and just didn't really use it. But then once I got to using it, I've grown to really like that preamp over the years. So really cool that we're able to get this in a 500 series now. All right, so those are the products. Those are 10 products from NAMM Summer 2024 that I saw that were really interesting. Of course, there are more, and definitely feel free to comment and let me know which ones that you thought were really cool or interesting, or that you're excited about that came out in January 2024. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. And if y'all want to continue to see content from me, then y'all know what to do.